Hi, welcome to Monday News with Angelica and Britt.
Today we are going to give you 6 or 7 of the latest news stories that were either funny, strange, or absurd.
Alright, and our first news story is, I'm really excited to tell this one because I thought it was so funny. There was a burglary. This person heard glass break in their house, so they went and they hid in the closet. They called the police and said, like, someone's breaking into my house, like, I'm hiding in the closet. So the police show up, and this was in Texas, and they surrounded the house, and what? They thought there was a burglar in there. So they surrounded the house, and they start to go inside, you know, and they're like shouting, "Police, put your hands up! Police, put your hands up!" And they round the corner and come face to face with a deer.
Oh.
And then one of the cops started yelling, "It's a deer! It's a deer!"
Okay, first of all, if you only heard a little bit of glass break before jumping in the closet and calling the police freaking out, wouldn't you at least try to peek?
And this is Texas. Like, doesn't everyone, like, have guns? Like, aren't they, like,
Well,
Texas?
it is Texas, so maybe it was an extra large deer.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and apparently the police had to shoo the deer out with chairs.
Oh my goodness.
So at least they didn't, like, shoot the deer in that girl's living room or something.
She's like a really big scaredy cat.
I don't know. I would probably do the same. I would get really scared if I heard glass breaking, because you wouldn't assume an animal would break your window.
No, but you would think that your cat, like, knocked a glass off the counter.
That's true.
Like, if it was just one little psh, you would kind of be like, what was that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was like her sliding glass door or something. So
Okay.
it might have been like a big, like,
Okay.
you know.
That would make sense.
But, I mean, still, it seems, maybe she was like, we don't know. Maybe she was young. Who knows? Maybe this is her first time living alone. She's like, what the hell is that?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
But either way, it's pretty funny. Because I remember, it's so weird when you see deer where they're not supposed to be. Like, has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I think it's sad.
It
I
is
feel like
sad.
they're feeble and lost.
It's really sad. One time, I think this was in high school, I was with one of our friends and we were driving through town, like almost right in the middle of town. We're at a stoplight and this deer goes running across the road, like right across the intersection.
Oh my gosh.
And it's got a broken leg that's just like dangling there. And it jumps the fence to the cemetery and it got stuck. One of its legs got stuck in the fence.
The
to
broken
cemetery.
leg or a good leg?
I don't remember. But, and then it was just like stuck there, like trying to get out. And I'm like freaking out, like, what do we do? Call the police? Like, I didn't know what to do.
That girl would have.
Yeah. Well, and then I think it did get out and like take off running. So we were like, okay, like the police can't really do anything about it now.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of animals being where they're not supposed to be, so this teenager did this crime last summer, but he finally pleaded guilty to it just recently. He's a teenager from California, and he stole the oldest living ring-tailed lemur in the United States. Or that's in captivity in America. My bad, I worded it wrong. So he stole it, and he was keeping it in like a plastic desk drawer at home for the night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then he decided that this was no way for a lemur to be living. So he takes it, I think still in the plastic drawer, and puts it like in front of a church door, I think it says.
Like an orphan in the 1800s? Like what?
Yeah.
What is a church gonna do with a lemur?
He left a note on it saying this was stolen from this like Southern California zoo. You know, you need to call the police or take it back. And when he like broke in to get the lemur, he let a bunch of animals loose.
Oh my god.
Like little monkeys and stuff.
Was he an activist or did he just like want a lemur?
I think it was high. Like his mugshot, he kind of looks like he's got a bunch of like
Oh my god.
marks. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Maybe he just had acne, and I feel bad for saying that, but he's in jail, so he's not going to watch this.
Well, either he could have been like an activist, like trying to like get the lemur out, like thinking, oh, a lemur shouldn't be in captivity, blah, blah, blah. But then you would think he would have had a plan for it, like, like a safe way to get it, like, to keep it,
Yeah.
not just in a desk drawer.
Yeah.
So he must have just been an idiot that was like, oh, this lemur's sweet, I want it.
And why do you choose the lemur? Like,
Yeah.
Maybe he used to watch the Boomafoo, so it was his favorite
Oh
animal.
my God, I just was asking Alex if he had ever seen that, and he said no.
Oh.
I loved that show when I was little.
See, I didn't like love it, but it was always on, so I would watch it because I had a little TV in my room. It only had like 2 channels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just went back and watched some of it, and it is so corny.
Oh, so bad.
I was like, how did I like this when I
He's
was
like
younger?
an awkward moving little puppet.
Well, and the two guys are like so cheesy.
Yeah.
Like they're, like, you know how Steve from Blue's Clues is cheesy?
Yeah.
They're like 100 times worse.
So he didn't leave it at a church. I just went back and looked. It was in front of a hotel.
Have you ever went to Taco Bell and had them be out of like something really important to tacos?
Tomatoes.
Okay, yeah, like
Yeah.
I went to Taco Bell. They do that when the price of tomatoes goes up, they stop serving tomatoes on the tacos.
Good thing they canceled the tariffs.
Yeah, or else Taco Bell would not be selling tomatoes on their tacos. But I went there one time and they were out of ground beef. That's literally their main ingredient in everything. I was like, how does that happen? And so they were like, oh, you can get, the chicken that they do that looks like cat food.
Yeah.
You could get that or steak. And so I got that chicken, and it also tastes like cat food. So I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I was really upset with Taco Bell. Well, apparently, this Taco Bell in Louisiana ran out of something even more important.
Tortillas.
Yes, soft and hard shells. So this person was really mad about it, and they called the police. And the police, yeah, and apparently the police actually issued a statement on Facebook, and they said, it's been a while, but another "we can't make this stuff up" story. Somebody called in to complain that the Taco Bell on Gauss Boulevard ran out of both hard and soft taco shells. Well, this is truly a travesty. The police can't do anything about this. Hopefully, they are replenished in time for Taco Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
So they actually wanted to put out a statement saying don't call us about Taco Bell not having taco shells.
Yeah, what were the police gonna do anyway, even if they wanted to help him?
Also, what were they serving then? Wouldn't they just close? What?
Well, they could probably still do the pitas, gorditas.
Nachos, I guess.
No, well, yeah. Potato bowls.
Yeah, but it just seems like if you can't even get a taco at Taco Bell, what are they doing?
Yeah, that's like not being able to see Wendy at Wendy's.
That's like if Wendy's didn't have the shakes or whatever.
Oh, the Frosties.
Frosties, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Oh.
would be like, what?
that sounds good. They have a recipe online about how to make them at home. We should try it.
You know that Starbucks has a secret menu?
Yeah.
You can look it up online, and they have a bunch of drinks. I don't believe it though. I don't want to go into Starbucks and order a rosy mocha something, and then them be like, what? You know?
And then the girl walk up to the guy who just said what and be like, she probably saw that stupid post on Twitter about the secret menu.
Yeah, I feel like that's what would happen.
Yeah, I know. That's why I never try stuff like that either, because not everything you see online is real. But I feel like at Starbucks, if you order something and they're able to make it, they will.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you do want to do the secret menu, just make sure you know what all the ingredients are so you can tell them. Because I doubt every Starbucks employee knows.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, hey, can I have the venti unicorn espresso shake? Don't
Yeah.
say that. You gotta say, okay, I want a coffee with the unicorn spray, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ingredients.
I think that might work.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have seen the video by now online. And when I saw it, I didn't think that it was a elderly woman being pulled up to safety in a helicopter. I'm watching it and I'm seeing this red thing spinning. And I didn't know what it was. I couldn't tell what was happening. I'm like, wow, that's going really fast. So I thought it was going to be one of them videos that people have been making where it's this weird little caterpillar and it's spinning, 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 and then it flies off the screen. Because you'll see, like,
Yeah.
you know, a kid does a backflip and then backflips off the screen. And then I go into the comments and someone's like, oh my God, that poor person. And I'm like, person? Then I realized it was a helicopter who made an emergency stop to save a 70-year-old woman who got injured hiking.
I saw that too.
She was spinning so fast. And it says that happens sometimes. So what they did is they like slowly lowered her back down and the spinning like subsided. But then when they went up to go again, it just started right back over. They had no other options but to let her spin.
Yeah, that is so scary. Like, especially like she was an old woman. Like,
What if she had a concussion and then all that spinning, like,
yeah, they said that she was fine, but like,
yeah,
just
other than
dizzy.
the hiking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, like, if you watch the video, it's like ridiculously fast. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like a fair ride.
Yeah.
Like, she must have been. Imagine being her. Like, you're already like hurt from hiking. You're out in the hot desert or whatever.
You're like, oh, savior.
yeah, and
Just
then
wait, lady.
you get up there and it starts spinning like crazy. I would assume I was gonna die.
She was probably screaming.
Oh, I'm sure. I would assume that was like that meant you were gonna die.
Yeah.
God,
Like I said, it was going so fast, I didn't even realize what the video was. Like, I can't believe it.
So my next one is about Walmart and their wonderful customer service. So this woman, she went to go buy a cake for her daughter's graduation party.
Normal thing to do.
She like ordered it in advance because she wanted it to be like a special cake, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. She goes to pick it up. Nobody made it. So she's like, are you kidding me? Like, what am I supposed to do? And they felt bad, so they were like, you can pick out any cake that we have in our display and we will like put a graduation cap on it and like write whatever you want on it. So she's like, okay, I want this one. So she gets it, she gets home and everything. She's like, okay, I'm glad I got that figured out. Well, come the day of her daughter's graduation party, all their friends and family are over there and they go to cut into the cake. It's styrofoam. It was a styrofoam cake.
Well, yeah, because it's a display.
Yeah, they sold it to her. They sold her a styrofoam cake. So she goes back to Walmart. She's like super mad because that basically like ruined the whole party. Nobody got cake. Like, it was super embarrassing, she said. The daughter's mortified, you know, like this poor girl. And she goes back and Walmart offers her like a $30 gift card. And I think they offered her like another cake or something and a $30 gift card and like, but the daughter apparently said like in an interview or something, she gave a statement where she said that the gift card does not make up for the embarrassment. Like, you know, I would be so mad.
Like, I wonder if the girl is embarrassed that like her mom wasn't smart enough to figure out that a display wasn't actual cake.
Well, the people at Walmart, no,
They should have told her.
Aren't some of the cakes in the display case like real cakes? Like at the grocery store in town, like I think you can buy the ones up there.
Well, the ones in the display are fake. They're just frosted with real frosting because the frosting
Oh.
lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
The cake will mold within a few days, just sitting in that case. So the cakes that are pre-made are in the refrigerated section right next to the display.
But like, so you would think, like it's even worse that the Walmart employees didn't know that they were working in the bakery and they didn't know that those cakes weren't real.
I wonder if the person who made it is fired or they just told them to pay more attention.
Also, it seems like you could feel it when you were carrying it. You know, like the people that lift cakes around all day.
Yeah.
You know, when they picked it up, they couldn't tell it was styrofoam.
Well, and the mom probably wasn't paying attention to weight because she's all stressed out that the
she
cake
was
wasn't
mad.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you work in a bakery and not realize that?
God, can you imagine the like sensation of taking your knife and cutting it into the styrofoam? That
Oh.
squeaky tight noise.
No, styrofoam is the worst. It's like almost as bad as like cotton balls.
Ugh.
Oh,
Cotton balls in your ears.
cotton balls in your teeth.
Stop.
Think about that. That's like the worst thing I can think
Ew.
about. If I think about, like, you know, at the dentist, or not at the dentist, you know, at the doctor when you were little and you had like tonsillitis and they had to,
Swab your throat.
yeah, I always got my mom to talk my doctor out of that because I did not like it. And he would always be like,
Nobody
okay.
likes it.
He would always be like, I guess next time we'll get it. And then the next time I had tonsillitis, he would be like, I guess the next time.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, it's pretty clear I have tonsillitis. Like, you can see it. Why do you need to swab it, you know?
Yeah, to make sure it's not strep.
Oh, yeah, well, and I did have strep. Or wait, no, I had mono. Never mind.
So my last one that I have is a Florida man. And I didn't start off with it because I wanted you guys to wonder for a little bit, but here it is. It's not a super great one, but it's pretty funny. So, Florida man was charged with battery after police were called by his angry roommate because Florida man refused to flush the toilet. So when his roommate kept telling him to flush the toilet, he got so upset he started spitting all over her face, her hair. He started spitting everywhere when he could have just flushed the toilet. And now you're in Florida. It's hot, it's humid. You have to flush the toilet. Maybe 1 or 2 urines might be fine, but like any more than that and add a deuce and it's gotta go.
Yeah, and who cares? Just flush the toilet. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Apparently it's so unconceivable to him that he just had to do the worst form of disrespect and spit all over her face.
Yeah, and that's really gross to spit in someone's face. Like,
That's worse than the waste in the toilet.
yeah, that's like, not only is that super disrespectful to spit in someone's face, but that's like, I don't know, he must have been thinking like he wanted to beat her up, but he was like, I can't beat up a girl. So then he just like was like, what can I do? And just started spitting on her.
Yeah. Well, he could have just flushed the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, like, that's so stupid. And obviously it was a problem for a long time. Like, I doubt this was the first time she brought it up.
Oh, yeah, no, I said that she was, like, repeatedly asking him.
That just goes to show, like, how bad a roommate situation can get, you know?
Oh, I
Like-
thought you were going to say how stubborn men are.
Oh, yeah, well. But be careful who you pick as a roommate, because I've heard some, like, real-life horror stories about, like, people that are really good friends, they move in together, and then, like, a year later, they're, like, wanting to kill each other, you know, and then, like,
Yeah.
like they finally get the leases up and they move out and they never talk again, you know?
But it usually starts out as something small with no communication, like
Yeah.
you left your hair on the shower wall. But instead of telling them about it, you, like, let it fester up until it's more things, and then you explode. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Pick someone, if you're gonna have to live with, like, someone who you're not, like, dating or something, then pick somebody that you can talk to.
yeah, because you'll be
yeah.
able to smooth things out before it gets bumpy.
Yeah, because that's the worst thing is when, like, because I just imagine, like, being the person that's the annoying person, you know, and being like, oh, I didn't even know that, like, it bugged you,
Yeah.
you know, that, like, whatever, that I didn't put the dishes in the dishwasher right away. you
Yeah.
know?
Normal stuff. I think that goes for, like, even if you're living with a partner too, like
Yeah.
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Well, and pick someone who's, like, your level, somewhere around your level of cleanliness.
You know what bugs me? Okay, so I'm really clean, and sometimes I won't do the dishes right away after breakfast. I'll wait till nighttime when the kids go to bed. Then I'll do the dishes from the day. But, like, then you get those people who are, like, so rude to you that you didn't do the dishes as soon as you got done eating.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you need to, like, take a chill pill. When was the last time you sat down for 5 minutes? Which I don't get to sit down all the time because of the kids and work, but you know what I mean? Like, there's people who are too high strung about it, and then there's people who are like, they won't do their dishes for 2 weeks.
Well, and it's like, if you have something like that, like, I think everybody probably has some things where they're like, this has to be done. Just to be okay with being the one who's always got to do that. Because
Exactly.
it only matters to you. You know?
Exactly.
So, like,
Yeah.
instead of taking it out on the regular person who, you know, isn't, like, a freak about it, just do it.
Yeah. And those are life lessons from Britt and Jill.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, our last story is another Florida story. It's about these two thieves who tried to open an ATM with a blowtorch, and instead they sealed it shut.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to seal it shut. I was expecting they didn't get it turned off in time and burnt up all the cash.
Oh no, that would have been even better. But it's kind of funny because this was on camera too, so like you can watch it. And apparently one of the guys had a crowbar and he was like keeping watch, and the other guy had a blowtorch, and they probably thought they were so smart. Like they were probably like, "Oh yeah, this is such a good idea. It's definitely gonna work," you know. But no, like why? I don't. They just sealed the hinges shut.
Oh, like they melted it? Like
Yeah.
they pretty much soldered it or welded it?
Yeah, they just welded the hinges together. So I don't know what their plan was to burn through it. I have no idea what their plan was.
You would have to have like a super sophisticated torch.
Yeah, and know how to use it probably better than them. But like I've never used a blowtorch, but I would assume if you like used it on hinges that it would just make them stop working, stop hinging, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've used a blowtorch when I took my welding class. And like you can cut through metal pretty easily.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, it's not like they're trying to cut through just like a sheet of metal. Like it's a big sophisticated machine that is made to not be broke into.
Yeah, so they left with nothing. They didn't get anything.
And they got caught?
Oh, no, so they didn't get caught yet. They're still trying to track down the two guys. They released pictures of the video.
So that's all we've got for today. If you got suggestions, comments, leave them below. Subscribe, like.
Thanks for watching. Bye.